We start out with the story of the day, and it's kind of a downer. It is a downer. But Josh Gordon of the New England Patriots.
But I'll say this, Chris, and you're right about being a downer, but I'm not surprised.
No, I don't think most people are surprised. But he's suspended indefinitely for violating the terms of the agreement that allowed him back into the NFL. Those are his substance abuse policies. So this is his 5th suspension from the NFL for substance abuse. And you said that's one of the reasons you said you're not surprised. He was suspended twice at Baylor by Art Briles.
Yep.
And then I heard some Peter King say today in middle school he was kicked out or expelled, suspended, something.
But the whole point is he's had an issue for a long time. And because he could catch the football, Chris, they kept whatever we can do to get him on the field or allow him to play. And he never got whatever his issue, and we don't know exactly what it is, but he never got that issue corrected or fixed or whatever's the right word. And so that's why I'm not surprised.
But he's been to rehab.
No, I get it.
Are you blaming the NFL? The Patriots?
I just think that they've been enablers, and sometimes you got to make sure that a guy really has his stuff together. And I don't know how you do that. I don't know because, Chris, I've never been in that world.
Right.
So I really don't know. I really don't. You're talking about to a 54-year-old man who's never even puffed a joint. Okay, so I just don't know what that's all about. So
I hear you.
But all I'm saying is, it's just over and over. And then when he went to New England, here's what everybody said. Oh, he wants to go to a Super Bowl. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick will get him straight now.
Well,
the Browns are dumb to let him go. The Browns are dumb to let him go. He's going to go to New England and help them get to a Super Bowl. He can't help them if he can't help himself.
I think what people were saying, because I know what I was saying, is if he can't get himself straight in New England, in that type of disciplined atmosphere, with that type of disciplinarian as a coach, the great quarterback in Tom Brady, then he's not going to be able to get himself straight.
But that just tells you, that's what just tells you that stuff everybody put around like, oh, give him another chance, Oh, he's going to go to New England and get straight. People like that. I'm going to give you a story of a friend who I work with at the shoe store and at the Queens Center Mall when I was in college and stuff. And her dad, unfortunately, was an alcoholic. And she was getting married. And she asked her dad, I want my dad to give me away at the wedding. Right? Here's that one moment.
Right.
I want you to give me away. Dad, can you please not drink because the night before or that day,
right,
because I want you to be a part of the wedding and I want you, right? After the wedding, whatever you want to get back to.
Yeah.
But can you do this for me? Because I want to be given away by my father. What do you think happened when they found him the wedding morning?
He was drunk.
He's blitzed. He couldn't stand. He could not give his daughter away. And the point is, here's this one moment that she asked from her dad, but that's how strong the addiction is. That he couldn't even do it, Chris, for one day so that he could walk his daughter down the aisle. And that's what I think people, when it comes to addictions, they think some Super Bowl or something else is going to be the magic elixir, or playing with Tom Brady or playing for Bill Belichick.
You're trying to turn this on to the New England Patriots.
I'm not.
It really has nothing to do with the Patriots.
I'm saying where everybody thought he was going to be straight and upright
people said,
because of
no,
that was going
I think they
there.
only said if he can't. I know for a fact that what I said was if he can't do it with the Patriots, he's not going to be able to do it. I don't recall hearing anybody like, oh, they're superheroes. They're going to make him everything all right. I don't remember that. But I just remember they took a chance on him.
People but this is, a lot of people, the Browns took a chance on him. The Browns bent over backwards for him, and he couldn't stay clean.
But there's a difference in organizations.
I'm telling you
and
that.
there are differences in individuals. There are some individuals, whether it's the Patriots, whether it's the NFL or whatever, if they're put in a certain environment, they would have changed. They would have handled it differently than Josh Gordon.
But this is what I'm trying to tell you is I don't believe that. That narrative, when you have a problem, it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter.
I know people who have been alcoholics, drug addicts, and stopped.
I'm not saying
I know that.
I
mean, it's not like it can't be done.
I'm not saying that you can't. I'm just saying, but the whole notion, right? It doesn't matter where you are. It's about you. It has nothing to do with Bill Belichick or the Patriots.
But your environment, the way people are treating you, talking to you, dealing with you, whatever support system they have in place, all of that can help you or hurt you, or it can be indifferent towards you.
I just think this was just.
I mean, what they gonna do in rehab? It's the same thing. They're putting you in a certain environment. They're taking things away from you. I mean,
I just think that people thought that Josh Gordon was going to be on, like, oh, he's going to turn into the star receiver that they've been hoping forever because he was going to the Patriots. And you just realize his problem is inner, has nothing to do with the other people or the outside. That's all I'm saying. Once you get into a situation, you have an addiction, I don't care who the outside people are. And that's why I was telling you the story about the woman and her father. Because if you had any kind of restraint for one day to not drink so that you could walk your daughter down, you would do it. It tells you that you can't. Some people can't.
Well, and that's where I am. That's where I am. I want to know more. I really do. I mean, is it marijuana? Is it cocaine or something more serious?
Does it matter?
Yeah, I think there's a difference between marijuana and cocaine. I want to know, was he if he's just smoking marijuana and getting high and it's not impacting his job performance, I get it that it's the NFL rule. But look, marijuana is legal in 33 states.
Doesn't matter. It's not legal.
Medicinal is in what, 32 states?
It's not.
It's legal recreationally in 10 states.
It's not legal in the CBA.
No, I get that. But I'm just saying, like, to me, it's a difference in like how I look at him.
Not me.
If he's getting high and he's showing up on time for practice, for games.
But he wasn't showing up on time.
We don't know. There was one report that everybody denied that he had been late.
But I'm talking about on his stint
I'm not talking about Cleveland. I'm talking about New England.
But he's been late before.
New England just cut. Okay, we don't know. What I'm saying, Rob, was his attitude changed? Was he treating people in the organization differently, rudely, negatively? Was he treating teammates negatively? Was he not showing up for practices and games on time? Was he falling asleep in the meetings? I mean, all of that matters. Or was he just on his free time getting high? And because there's a difference. The first one, I can understand why you got to go. The second one, I'm like, if he's just getting high on his own time, I don't look at him in as much of a negative light. Is what I'm saying.
My moles in Boston told me that he was emptying out the Doritos machine at the practice facility.
Munchies. No, I mean, but seriously,
come on, we can make a little light moment of it.
I'm gonna say this too, because Josh Gordon has tweeted and painted this, and I think even the Patriots did,
the mental health
as a mental health issue. I don't know whether it is or not. But if it's obviously there's medicinal marijuana and it has been used on patients, people who have PTSD. I don't know that it's definitive. Most of the things it's used for are physical. You know, if you have HIV or now insomnia is not necessarily physical, I guess, but you know, something like that, Alzheimer's even. But if it's a mental health issue, I would think I want to see, have doctors said he has a mental health issue and marijuana. Like, if it's a mental health issue, then maybe he could have got cleared to use medicinal marijuana. And my thing is, if it's not, if you weren't cleared, if doctors haven't said
you have to be diagnosed.
That's what I'm saying. If you haven't been diagnosed, I personally don't like him or anybody else painting it as a mental health issue. Because this might just be a dude that likes to get high.
Right. And you put that out there so people have sympathy for you.
And that's what I've seen.
Right. And that's what, and there's a lot of sympathy because, he has some issues or whatever. And no one's not saying that he doesn't have issues, but he can't be the one that's just, putting out that when he's going to step away to take care of some mental health issues, right? Right as on the verge of the NFL knowing that they're going to suspend him.
That's exactly
so that was
what
a
happened.
Preemptive. That's
exactly.
Why he didn't step away. And then the NFL a week later said, hey, we found out his urine was dirty. No.
I'm with you.
He knew it was coming. And he's the one talking about, I'm stepping away. No, you're not.
Right.
You're being suspended indefinitely.
You would be staying there. And look, I'm going to just keep it real. If I had a nephew, and I had a wayward nephew.
Right.
If I had a nephew who got fired from 5 jobs because all he wanted to do is sit around and get high,
right.
I would be all over his behind. I wouldn't just be, oh, he's got a problem. No.